everyone, I'm Trina here at Tyrannosaurus Rex, and today I'm going to talk about something that's quite important to me. It's not going to be as in-depth as it could be. It's going to be more of a sort of a rant with love. As you can tell from the title of this video, I am going to talk about my experience on Thanksgiving as someone who lives a vegan lifestyle. Now, before I go into this, I just want to say that I love my family to death. I also want to say that I had a great Thanksgiving with them. There was a lot of laughter, there was a bunch of fun, the food was great, and I cannot be more thankful for them and all the other things in my life that I'm. Having said that, there are some things that bothered me, and that bother me more and more. When you change your life in such a big way, when you become educated, when you become aware of the harsh and horrible truths that occur on a day-to-day basis. Also, when you realize some of the things that you thought were true about health and eating and all that were false, and you make the change to change your life. It's a journey, but it's a huge step. Like, the more time that passes and the more educated and aware you become more and more passionate about it. So while maybe last year, my last Thanksgiving, I was a complete vegan newbie, whatever, I didn't care. I just wanted to make sure there were things I can eat. This year, there were a couple things that happened that bothered me. So I know I'm kind of beating around the bush. I just want to say that 1, love my family to death. 2, I had a great Thanksgiving. And actually there's one more note I want to add, which is a Thanksgiving could be a lot worse. I could have people in my family that aren't supportive of my choices, that ask me stupid questions like where do I get my protein and whatever. But there's just some things, and I'm realizing now, that I cannot keep quiet anymore. If you're one of my family members, or one of my basically family, whatever, the people who were at my Thanksgiving, if you're one of those people and you're watching right now, I just want to say I love you so much. I am not attacking you in any way. And I'm sorry that you're hearing this from me in this format before I get to say this in person. But I think it's an interesting thing to point out, an interesting thing to talk about, that I think it's important to share with the world, and just, become more aware of things. And I'm going to be teaching you some things in 2016, that's for sure. I'll wait till the holidays are over for various reasons. But anyway, enough dibble-dabble whatever. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. And that is the use of language when you are talking about consuming someone else's body. Now, I'm sure as a viewer, if you're an omnivore or you still eat meat or whatever, or dairy or whatever, you may become offended at using the term someone else's body. But for me, it's offensive to pick at ham and keep commenting about how delicious it is. And they're like I said, they're not aware of it. They're very sweet and supportive of me, and I love them to death. But it's just like picking at the ham, and there you go, I use the ham. But it's not that. It's someone else's part of their body that they needed to be killed in order for you to enjoy. And then also commenting on just how wonderful it is. Now, I am very grateful that everything else was vegan, everything else could be enjoyed, everyone loved the food, and that is not what I'm complaining about. I'm complaining about the there's a lack of connection. You're not thinking of it as a part of an animal that needed that part to be alive. You're thinking of it as a delicious thing to consume on a holiday. At first, I was so ecstatic that I heard that they weren't going to have a turkey. But then when I heard that they were going to have a ham, I was like, you're just having a trade-off of what is being killed. Now, I know the reason was for cooking reasons, to make it more simple. You already have something cooked, whatever. And I understand. I used to be living the same way. Not thinking about it, not wanting to think about it. Being aware of it. I mean, when I went in college, I read this book about animal agriculture and how bad it is. I didn't want it to happen. I saw the footage and I felt really sad. But I thought like a few things. One being that, well, maybe that's why you should buy organic. I'm sure that things being organic means that they're better treated. Two, just buy cage-free or whatever. The healthier things, that are for sure healthier because they're organic or cage-free or whatever. Also, it's sad, but it's becoming aware of what you're doing. By doing, I mean what you're contributing when you buy a certain product. Becoming aware of it's not a bad thing. That's why I didn't close my eyes when I saw that footage. I understood it. This was years ago, way before I even considered even just becoming vegetarian. But I knew, well, I mean, what did you think, Triana? They're being killed. It's probably not roses and daisies, But having said that, I was still wanting to turn away from the fact. And so, on Thanksgiving, I don't know, I think it struck me a chord earlier, because earlier I was just really upset about this holiday and people just eating so much. Not in the sense of eating. I think everyone should eat in abundance. Everyone should feel satiated. And that's a completely different issue. I'm talking about when you're eating a lot and consuming animal products. And I will say again, I am thankful that so many of the things, or most things, were vegan. But it's just like the fact that they were just kept commenting about how delicious it was. And I'm just thinking, first of all, it wouldn't be delicious if you didn't roast it with plants, like with herbs or with wood or whatever, and then put honey on it, which is, that's another thing. It wouldn't taste good. If you just took the leg, it would taste horrible. Meat tastes great to people because they season it and put other flavors in it. So they have an idea of what it tastes like and that it tastes good. But is it good? Like I said, this is a big topic and I could talk about it for hours. And I have, to the extent that I feel is not preachy, But I'm reaching a point where I can't be quiet anymore. And I hope you guys, if you're watching this, understand that. And then another thing is that they were referring to what they were eating as their ham. And then ham, there's two things wrong there. You're using you're being possessive about someone else's body part. And then the other one, you're using ham, which is a sort of sugar-coating wording that, people use, and it's understandable. That's what people call it. But it's not bacon. It's belly fat muscle or whatever. You're romanticizing what you're eating. It's not ham. It's like pig leg. I'm pretty sure it's pig leg. It's not beef. It's part of cow, It's It's not eggs, it's hen periods. You gotta realize what you're eating. You're romanticizing it by using that wordage, and I understand. I'm not saying I don't understand. I've used those words and I've eaten that way for my whole life up until a year and a half ago. And I understand. All I'm saying is to become more aware of how you're talking, aware of what you're eating. And I will promise you next year I will not just blurt all this out, make it seem out of nowhere that I'm saying these things. I will show you all the studies and all of the science and all of the documentaries and everything that I know. And then, from there I hope, you guys will make the right choice. And if not, then, that's the most I can do. That's the most I can do. And I think it also bothers me because I know you guys, and I'm talking to my family now, I know you guys are compassionate people. And viewers, I'm sorry if pairing, the choice to not consume animal products with being compassionate people, because so many people are compassionate. In fact, that's what makes people human. Their compassion. But we've lost that in what we've been taught. And I love my family. And I'm thankful for everyone. And we had a wonderful feast. I am just saying that you guys should become more aware of what you're doing. You should become educated. I will help you with that. I will show you the things I know, the studies I've read, the many studies I've read. And I'm doing it because I care. I care about my family. I love my family. And I just want them to know what I know. And maybe we can work from there. Anyway, I didn't mean for this to be a downer of a video. It naturally is because of all the horrors that happened in the world as a result. But I just kind of wanted to be honest and talk about something that's important to me. I know this is a different video than what I normally do. I think it's an interesting topic, and I just want to share this with you because it's really important to me. It's a huge part of my life that I've actually kind of kept hidden for a while now for several reasons. One being that I was kind of experiencing these things and I wanted to become more aware and knowledge and experience before I started talking about them. And the other being is that my passion for the cause just kept growing and growing. But anyway, I will end the video with that. And I'm super excited. We're going to have a bunch of videos coming up this week. And I hope you guys will be there to watch them. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up because it really helps me out. And also make sure to subscribe because I post new content all the time. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for being understanding and patient. Leave what you will in the comment section below and I will respond to them. I want this to be sort of an open, friendly conversation. I don't mean to attack anyone. That is not the point. I just want to help people become aware, and then they can, and knowledgeable, and they can choose what to do from there. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I love my family. I love my boyfriend. I love my cat. Thank you. And I will see you guys next time with a new video. Tschüss.